What's up, y'all? My name is Cree. I have a webcam, I have a microphone, I have an opinion, and it's that the XYZ support in Maze of the Master is too little and far, far too late. Alright, so when we look at the cards in Maze of the Master that came out for the XYZ support, it's really just ABC support, because ABC is like the best Union deck to play. It's the only Union deck worth a damn. So let's get into it. We have X Cross Cannon. If you control a light machine, fusion, or union monster, you special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can equip an appropriate light machine union monster from your deck to this card as if it were equipped by that monster's effect, and you're locked into light monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. So, you will notice one thing. X Cross Cannon is not a union monster, which means you cannot search it with Union Hanger, which is a problem. It provides more power or more consistency, but it's also a brick. Well, it's not a brick. You just can't tutor it. So you're getting a tutor that cannot be tutored to, which is really weird for the ABC deck, at least in my testing. All right, we have Y Dragon Yearhead. It's actually a union monster, so it works with the damn cards. If it's special summoned, you can equip a level 4 light machine monster from your hand or graveyard to this card, and then you're locked into lights from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Then you can target a machine monster you control, equip this guy to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. And then Z Zillion Tank does the same thing, except when it's summoned, you can equip when you're banished level 4 light machines to this card, and lock yourself in the light. So right off the bat, these two Y and Z are one-ofs. Obviously, you're playing 3 cross cannons because it just cheats out an ABC XYZ piece from your main deck to the board, which is really nice. However, he is not a union monster. These other two guys are one-ofs. They're just there for the XYZ play, or rather for the union controller, which we'll get into in a moment. But next up, we have Union Activation. This is a really cool card. Summon one machine, normal, or union monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, add one light machine monster with the same attack but different original name from your deck to your hand. If you special summon 3 light machine monsters at the same time while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, add a monster with 3,000 or more attack from your deck to your hand, then immediately normal summon it. So the second part doesn't really come up unless you just want to grab, I don't know, Nib. Obelisk if you're a psychopath, and immediately sack the pieces of ABC that you bring back. This deck is so boring that I'm yawning, by the way. But really all you're doing is pitching the X-Head Cannon, which is the vanilla, a brick, to grab your new searcher, or you're pitching one of the tanks, either Dragon or Tank, Dragon Head or Zillion Tank, in order to grab B-Buster Drake. That's all this card's for. You have to play vanilla in order to be able to search X Cross Cannon, which I don't like in the slightest, because it's the only machine normal. I don't think there's a light union monster with 1800 attack, which really sucks. Really sucks. AZ Energy Load, don't play this card. When your opponent activates card effect, draw cards equal to the number of level 8 or higher light machine fusions you control during a standby phase. You banish this card from your graveyard, shuffle up to 6 of your banished light machine monsters into the deck, including a union monster. Don't play this card. This is what is it, Jar of Greed? We don't it's a conditional Jar of Greed. It's worse Jar of Greed. Skip. Alright. Union Controller. This is one of the few cards worth a damn. Which is any light machine monster plus Y Dragon Yearhead or Z Zillion Tank. Banish the above cards you control. So if the Y or Z Zillion are equipped by unionization, you can banish them just like Necroquip, and vice versa. So, above cards, not monsters, above cards. Very important. If this card is special summon for the extra deck, you add the spell trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Union Monster in its text. So, Union Hanger, unauthorized activation, and Union Activation, that piece of shit. I really don't like this deck. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can special summon a light machine, normal, or union monster from your hand. So this is alright. This is a good card. I like it. It's a reason to play Yearhead or Zillion Tank. If it was completely generic, it would it would actually make the deck competitively viable in my opinion, but I digress. Same deal as ABC Dragon Buster. I messed up this slide, but I don't care enough to go back and redo it. Must first be special summoned for your X deck by banishing the above cards from your field or graveyard once per turn. Opponent's turn, discard a card, target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and then during your turn, as a not quick effect, you banish this card from your field or graveyard and reveal level 8 Light Machine Fusion monster in your X deck. Special summon up to 3 materials whose names are mentioned from that monster from your graveyard and or banishment. It's okay. It's a one-of, because you're never really making this. It's just kind of there to get to the ABC pieces faster. Maybe some removal, maybe some bodies on board, but you know, when are you making this? Like rarely ever. If you could play it if you want to, is what I'm trying to get at. So, as far as what Union Activation does for the deck, it gets you, like I said earlier, it gets you the cross cannon by pitching the X head cannon, or pitch Y or Z to get to be Buster Drake, and vice versa, though I don't know why you would ever do it vice versa. So, these guys are way better in the graveyard, because, you know, Zillion Tank does stuff. Why Yearhead, I don't know why they printed it. But the main boost that this set gives the ABC strategy is X cross cannon, immediately equipping Y or Z from your main deck to it to make a Union controller, to get to your Union hanger, to get to your ABC engine. And then here's just like a sample deck list. So the deck is budget. Controller being a level 6, allowing you to make Chaos Angel is really cool, I guess. Other than that, like, it's pretty standard. I don't think the support is nearly enough to bring this deck up to the current metagame standards. You are much better off spending, like, if you don't have the ABC stuff, there's no reason to pick this stuff up to play ABC. I don't think it's going to get any further support beyond this. That money is better spent elsewhere. Like, for the cost of picking this up from scratch, you can be getting a 7th Tachyon and some change. You could be getting the Odeon deck, which I think is way better than ABC. There's like 1 or 2 games of ABC on our team channel at Team Interstellar. Link to that in the description below. But, you know, all in all, this is a hard pass for me. I don't even see this topping a regional to get an invite, or getting an invite at the regional level. If anything, if you already have the ABC cards, pick it up, play it for fun at locals. Maybe a Winamat if you're feeling lucky. But with that being said, y'all, this has been Cree. Like the video if you found today's content entertaining, informative, or helpful in any way, shape, or form. Comment down below if you think I'm wrong and you think that this stuff does catapult ABC to a much more playable level in the regional and above tier. Subscribe if you have not already, and as always, until next time, have a good time.